Hi, good morning. So it's Monday morning here for me, and I do realize that because this will just be a video on the internet, that it could be any time for you. So whatever day it is, I hope, or whatever time of the day it is, I hope you're having a good time. Going to try to keep this below 30 minutes, so just something that you can fit in maybe on your lunch break, or if you don't have too much time, but just gets you moving. I'm kind of trying to incorporate more moving into my life. So what I mean by that is, versus having that 1 or 1.5 or 2 hours of exercise, that you're just kind of like a lot, you're doing it, it's there, trying to break up my day with walking, moving, just getting up, taking myself to the mat, even if it's for like 5 minutes. So without further ado, let's move. We'll start right away in a crouching cat. This should be about a level 1, so nothing too crazy. So crouching cat. Hands as wide as the mat. Strong push of the mat away. Find your fullness. Shoulder blades broaden. Sit the hips back. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Press up to crouching cat. Walk your feet as wide as your hips or as wide as the mat, whatever feels right, whatever gives you the most space to keep your pelvic floor open. Pause, so the toes, toe pads and mounds, we're going to root them down. Pause, push down and out to the side, nice bend into the knees, but heels pull back to extend the posterior chain and feel your glutes rise back wide and up behind. Arms push the ground away, so really filling through the back heart, the shoulder blades broaden. Pulse through the center, sit the hips back wide and up, and then stretch your ribs forward. So pulsing here. Pause, keep pushing down and out to the side, knees gently hugging externally. And crown reaches forward as the hips pull back. Can you soften the belly while keeping your rib cage full? And find some stillness in the center. Externally rotate right hand just a little bit. Twist cat to the left. Toes and knees to the left. Sit the hips towards the heel. Rise into your left ribs. Like you're turning yourself into a rainbow. Big arcing over. Hips root back and wide. Rising ribs create the lightness in your left fingertips. Chin is lifted. Throat is open. Option to reach your left arm forward and long. Bending and extending through the legs, hips pull back, open and bow your belly. Full extension through the left side. And take one more pulse here. Back through center. Pulse through the middle, hips root back wide, heart pulls forward. Toes connected, paws connected, heels drag back as the heart pulls forward, so finding that extension, that length. And find some stillness in the middle. Externally rotate left hand just a little bit, twist cat to the right, toes and knees to the right, sit the hips towards the heel, rise into your right ribs. Finding a pulse here, big arc over. The more we rise through our right ribs, the lighter we can become on our right fingertips. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Reach your right arm forward and long. Hips root back and wide. Soften your belly, open to the right side. Reaching and extending full length through your rib cage. One more pulse here. Back through center. Take a couple of hops. If you don't want to hop, just continue to pulse through the middle, hips back, heart forward. If you're hopping, you're going to push the ground away, Superman strong. Keep your eyes looking forward, just ahead of your hands. And the objective is to land light, so really pushing the ground away. Keep the knees bent at a 90 degree, hopping with an open belly. Eyes stay forward versus looking back. If you look back that way, you'll probably flip over if you let yourself hop up high enough. Everybody hop forward. Okay, so wider stance, so feet a little wider than your hips. Root your hips back, deep squat by hinging at the hips. Lift up, open belly forward. And take a pause. Good morning. And push your arms forward. Fill through the back, searching for the hollows in the armpits, and then sweep your hands back into ecstasy. Thumbs to the occipital lobe, both hands on either side of the skull. Elbows hug forward, broaden through your back. Head presses back into the hands, open your throat. Pulse through the center, knees move forward, hips root back, lift up, lengthen the belly, forearms to the sky. Inhales take you up, exhales root you down, back and wide. And keeping full through the whole rib cage, chin lifted, throat open. And gentle bend in the knees, hollows in your groins, hips tacked back. Rise up through the center arc over to the right. Hips back, soften your belly forward, lift up to arc over. Release your right hand to the top of right thigh. Use this point of contact to push more space in the right side as you continue to rise and arc through the left. Head presses back into the hand and throat opens. Option to stay here, option to sit deeper. Root your hips further back and cross right hand to catch outside edge of left thigh. Use this bind to get bigger, deeper, and fuller into your whole left side. Gentle pulsing, knees hug external, toes connected. Breathing more lightness, more fullness into the whole rib cage. One more pulse. Back through center, total release. Step wide, seaweed sway, and glide your ribs side to side. So the movement is originating from the ribs. The arms are just following along in the wind, or maybe not the wind, but I don't know. They're just kind of like along for the ride. All right. Find some stillness in the center. Hop the feet back, center. I like my feet to be a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Knees bend forward, hips gently back. Push your arms forward, really fill through the back. Sweep hands back into ecstasy. Elbows hug forward. Head presses back into the hand. Find your openness through the neck, through the belly. Sit the hips deep, wide back. Lift up, belly stretch. Forearms to the sky. Toes connected, knees hugging external. Exhale sits you back and deep. Inhale rises you high. Rise through the center, arc over to the left, crescent left. Hips back, soft belly forward, rising to arc over. Release your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Use this point of contact to literally push the thigh down, create more space in the left side as you continue to rise up, arc into your right. Head presses back into the hand, throat and belly open, peeling open. Knees gently hugging external. Option to stay here. Option to sit deeper, hips root further back. Cross hand to catch outside edge of the right thigh. Use the spine to get bigger, deeper, and fuller into your whole right side. Hips gently back, breathing into the space, breathing into the rise, rising into that little zone underneath your right armpit. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens, one more pulse. And then back through center. Step wide, step wide. Take a deep squat, root your hips way back, horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs. We'll glide our legs side to side, creeping into the inseam of the thigh. Toes connected, heart full, chin lifted, throat open. Okay, back through center. Root your hips way back. 2 domes touch light to the mat. Domes slide back to right. Arms push strong, inflate through the back. 2 ways to get back, step back, or hop back. Crouching cat. Pedal your heels. Okay. So strong push of the mat away, shoulders behind the wrists just a little bit, hips rooted back wide and up behind. We find the fullness, whole rib cage expanding all sides, butt soft, belly wide, hips, paws connected, pushing down and out to engage into the posterior chain, into the bum. Hips root back and the heart pulls forward. Externally rotate right hand, twist cat left. Hips sit back, ear to shoulder, rise into your ribs. Little pulses here. Option, drop the right, pick up the left, 1 arm, 1 leg, side balance. Extend through your right leg, root the femur back wide and up into your hip socket. Left knee hugs into the belly. We find the rise into the ribs, openness of the belly, ear cascades to shoulder. Option to stay here, option to connect seed to knee. Little resistance when they meet. Right toes connected, nice and strong. Open belly, chin lifted, throat open. 1 more full inhale. Exhale, wherever you are, left hand plants on an external rotation. Left knee is going to sweep underneath of you. Revolve your kitty. Left foot steps long beside the right. Drop the hips towards the heels. Reach your right arm forward and long. Big full extension, find your pulse. Hips drop low. Thighs pull back. Reach up, open and bow. Single crown option, seed to the top of the head. Reaching and extending more length into the neck, more length into the belly. 1 more pulse here, peel open, hips low, paws connected. Reaching, extending, spiraling open. And come back through center, right hand plants down, left leg stays lifted. Take your eyes forward, push the ground away, step your left foot forward just a little bit, lower the right knee down to the mat. Untuck your right toes and check this foot out, the left foot. We want it, I kind of like walk it out, or I step it a little wider and take it on an external rotation. Here a block might be nice, but I'll give some stages. So first stop. The arms push forward. We just sit the hips back into the inner groin. Arms rise and then pump down to lift up. Chin is lifted, throat is open, hips back. Lift up. If you need a little more, you can take a block on the high setting or the medium setting and give yourself a little extra height, or a little lower height, I should say. And check it. We want to keep our lower lumbar moving in and our belly long, hips rooted back. If you don't need a block at all, you can take 2 domes to the mat. So this would be the most advanced. We want to maintain our spinal alignment, keep our heart full, our belly long. Okay, everybody reach your arms forward. Sit the hips back, big arc over to the right side, rise through your left ribs. Hips sit back, plant your right hand down 2 or 3 feet and in line with your right knee. So from the side, looks like this. You want to give yourself lots of space here. Ecstasy the left hand, ear to shoulder, rise into your ribs. Mantis pose, hips root back, belly stays long, chin lifts and throat open. So notice it's my hips sitting back versus the tendency to move with the back and with the torso. So the belly stays long and it's really just a rising of the ribs, hips root back, belly stays nice and long, chin lifted, throat open. One more pulse here. Reach, open, extend. And then sit back. Open belly lifts you back forward. Take your hands down to the mat. Check it here. We're going to shift the weight into the left foot. Step forward, pick up the right. Setting up. Hitch kick side to side. Arms push strong, eyes look forward. So if we're new to hopping, hitch kicks, it's gonna look like this, just little gentle hop side to side. Push the ground away, keep your eyes looking forward. If you're a little bit more seasoned in your hop, you're gonna take your hips a little higher. Pushing the ground away, keep your eyes forward, paint a rainbow with your bum. It's really the hips and the butt that are moving this journey. The legs are just along for the ride. Next time you land on your right foot, stay. Left knee hugs in, root your right femur back into the hip socket. Rise up. 2 seats forward. Fill into the back and then connect your seats low by the belly. Hamstring, hug heel to the bum. Hinge belly forward, hips root back, pulse up and down on your standing leg. Okay, reach your arms forward. Fill into the back, keep your chin lifted, throat open, and carry your left ankle all the way over top of your right. Cross ankle squat, knee stays narrow, hips root back wide, arms rise, pump down, lift your heart high. First stop, seats to the base of the thighs, and from here we're just going to find a gentle pulse, pushing the thighs down as we lift our heart higher, creating more length in the belly, keep the chin lifted. Second stop is going to be a deeper seat. Root your hips further back. Take your hands to your shin and resist your ribs forward. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Belly's long. One more full inhale. Exhale, cross your left leg all the way over. Phoenix kickstand. Knees squish forward. Root your hips back. Push your arms forward, really find that fullness in the back. We will interlace our hands here, find crown hands. So interlace hands to the top of the head, elbows hugging forward, broadens through the back. Using this hand variation to push your head into to find more length in the belly and in the neck. So drop your hips low, wide back behind, and then lift up, resisting into your hands. So creating more length by resisting our head up into our hands. One more big rise up. Okay. Release. So left leg's going to sweep out to the side. Deep seat, root your hips back and wide. Left paw lands light. Set up tribal lunge. Let's take a seaweed sway, glide your ribs side to side. Right. Setting up the feet, right foot straight forward, left foot angles up to the top left-hand corner of the mat. Big bend into the knees, root your hips way back. Right seed connects to the inseam of right knee. Left arm reaches forward, long, big extension through the whole left side. And then sweep your hand back into ecstasy. Left paw heel hovers. Dig, drag the paw back as you reach your elbow forward, rise into your ribs. Little pulses here, hips root back and wide. Open and bow your belly. Big extension, elbow reaches far and long. One more pulse, hips back, reach, extend. Okay. 2 seats, push forward. And take a little pulse into open leg. Spring, connect left seed to left knee, open leg to the side, seed connects. So a little resistance, roots your hips further back. Open your belly, reach and extend your arm forward and long. One more big full inhale, standing like little spring. Exhale, sit down or step down. Take some water. Whoa! Okay. So, step wide. Deep seat, root your hips way back, horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs. Shoulder dips, right shoulder to the left, hips root back wide. Left shoulder to the right, hips root back wide. Right shoulder left. Left shoulder right. This time option right shoulder left. To take the right hand to the outside edge of your left thigh, left hand wraps around behind the back to catch the inseam of your right thigh, so a little bind into a twist, root your hips back, keep your belly long, pulse here. If this doesn't serve, you can just stay at the former version. And then arms spiral around, helicopter style, switch to the other side. Left hand to the outside edge of your right thigh. Right hand wraps around behind to catch the inseam of the left thigh, little pulse. Hips back, open belly. And then back through center. Deep seat, hips way back, open belly, domes touch light. Slide back to bright, push the ground away, step back, crouching cat. Narrow your knees to lower your knees. We'll find some undulations of the spine, so just getting that wave-like quality in the back. And then find some stillness in the center, and we'll do some big barrel rolls, so big circular motions of your rib cage. And switch your roll other direction. Okay. Find some stillness in the center. Strong push of the mat away, fill into your shoulder blades, the whole heart, all sides of the rib cage expanding wide. And then drag your hips back, tuck the toes, lift the knees, crouching cat. So walking the feet a little wider, as wide as the hips or as wide as the mat. Paws connected, pushing down and out to the side. We got a low heel here, hips root back and wide. Arms push strong, inflate into the back, chin lifted, crown stretching forward. Externally rotate the left hand just a little bit, twist your cat right. Toes to the right, knees to the right, sit the hips towards the heel, rise into your right ribs. Little rainbow shape here, rising into the ribs, thinking about picking up the place underneath your left hip to rise more into your right ribs, cascading left ear to left shoulder. Option to stay, option to drop the left foot, pick up the right, one arm, one leg, side balance. Keep this foot connected down. This leg has a gentle bend in the knee. Extend through your left leg, root the femur back wide and up into your hip socket. Right knee hugs in towards the belly. Ear to shoulder, rising right ribs. First stop is here. Second stop connects right seat to the front of right knee. Gentle resistance when they meet. Hips back, open belly, chin lifted, throat open. One more big full inhale. Exhale, everybody meet here. Right hand lands on an external rotation. We're going to sweep the right knee underneath of us to revolve our kitty. Right foot steps long beside the left. Sit your hips towards your heel. Reach your left arm forward and long. Big extension, big revolution. A spiraling open. Can you keep your toes connected? In you drop your hips low, thighs pull back, open and bow your belly, reach and extend, option for a single crown. Seed hand, light fist to the top of the head, resist more length into the belly, find more length in your neck. One more pulse here. Coming back through center, right leg stays lifted. Take your heart forward, pushing the ground away. Right foot steps forward, lower the left knee down. Creep your right foot out to the right side of the mat and notice that my foot's not way ahead here. I keep it quite close in, almost like the heel's almost in line with the knee. So first stop, arms reach forward, hips root back, arms rise, little pump down. Just creeping into your right inner groin, inner thigh. I'm gonna keep our alignment, hips gently back, our hollows in our groins, long belly, chin lifted. And second stop would be a block. Just getting a little deeper. And third stop would be no block, just domes to the ground. We want to keep our lower lumbar moving in, our belly long, chin lifted, heart full. Okay. Everybody push your arms forward. Inflate into the back of the heart. Big inhale. Sit hips back, arc over to the left, rise into your right ribs. Sit the hips back, plant your left hand down, 2 or 3 feet and in line with your left knee. Ecstasy the right hand, hug your elbow into the cheek and then reach your elbow long to the left side. Hips pull back, belly stays open to the front of the mat, reach and extend, elbow stretches long. Hips back, belly bows, ear to shoulder, rise through your ribs. Toes connected. Rising ribs, big stretch all along your whole right side. Couple more pulses here. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens and the belly opens. Last one. Okay, sit hips back, 2 seeds push forward, and then domes touch light to slide back to right to the mat. Take your heart forward. We're gonna shift weight into the right foot and pick up the left. So looks like shift weight right, left leg, open leg to the side, arms push strong, set up for some hitch kicks. If we're new, low kicks, finding the lightness, arms pushing strong, keep your eyes forward. If we're a little more advanced, we're gonna get a little lighter, gonna start to move with our hips, gonna push the ground away, eyes forward, open belly. Next time you land on your left foot, stay. Hug your right knee in towards your belly and root your left femur back into your hip socket. Rise up, 2 seeds forward. Fill your heart, open your belly, connect your hands low, elbows push forward, chin lifted, throat open. Pulse up and down on your standing leg. Can you engage your your right butt? So finding that energetic hamstring hug, right heel to the bum. Chin lifted, throat open. Find some stillness. Reach your arms forward. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. Cross ankle squat. Knee stays narrow. Sit your hips back and wide. Arms pump down. Ribs rise. Chin lifts. Throat opens. Place your seats to the tops of the thighs. First stops here. Just finding a gentle pulse. Keep pushing more length into your belly by pushing the thighs down. Ribs rise. Second stop, sits deeper, roots your hips further back, hands to the shin, resist your ribs forward. So the belly stays long, lower lumbar stays moving in, hips root back, standing leg bend, hollows in the back of the knees. One more big full inhale. Exhale, cross your right leg all the way over. Phoenix kickstand, knees squish forward. Hips root back. Push your arms forward, find the fullness through the back of your heart. This time, sweep your hands back into ecstasy. So thumbs to the occipital lobe, hands on either side of the skull, and the elbows hugging forward. This broadens through the shoulder blades, creating space for the thoracic spine to find its natural, fullest curve. Hips sit deep, wide, low, rise through the middle, belly stretch, forearms to the sky. Head gently presses back into the hand, throat opens and the belly opens. Anytime we're opening into these belly spaces, you can always take your hand behind your neck just to support that curve. Lifting up, reaching and opening. Last pulse. Lift up, find your length, reach up, open up. And then come back through center. Right leg's gonna sweep out to the side. We're gonna sit back, sit wide to take your right paw, land it light. Set up tribal lunge. Let's give ourselves a hug. And glide your ribs side to side. So just creeping into the sidelines. Broadening through the back, lift your chin, little romantic dance. Okay. Find some stillness. We'll set up the feet. So moving into side quill pose, left foot straight forward, right foot angles up to the top right hand corner of the mat. Stance is relatively short so that we can bend into our knees and glide our hips back. Left seed connects to the inseam of left knee. Right arm reaches forward and long. Big full extension through the whole right side, and then sweep your hand back into ecstasy. Dig, drag left paw back as you reach your elbow forward. Big full extension rising through the ribs. Hips root back, soft belly bows. Rise through your right ribs. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens. Little pulses. Okay, last extension. Reach and rise, open and bow. And then release 2 seats forward, eyes look forward, heart looks forward. We're gonna take a spring, open leg, connect right seed to the front of right knee. Right knee stays narrow. The resistance of the hand to the knee roots your hips back and wide. Reach your left arm forward and long, big lift and extension like you're flying. Little pulses, standing legs bent. Okay, and then release. Hop wide, hop together, spin around, have a little dance, shake it out, hop wide, deep squat, root hips way back, 2 domes touch light to the mat, slide back bright, heart forward, push the ground away, step back, crouching cat. Undulations of the spine, sourcing all the way, waves through the back, into the crown. Okay. Externally rotate right hand, twist cat left. Hips back, ear to shoulder, rise through your ribs. Little pulses. Release your right hip down to the mat. Right forearm on an angle to the top left hand corner. Option to stay chill with the left foot just where it lands, or option to take your left foot in front of your right thigh if that feels cool. Resist your knee away from you. You can give yourself actual resistance with your hand, or you can take this hand out to the side. We want to give ourselves some space here, because if it's too crunchy, it's just hard to feel light. So a little space here, and then pushing the forearm into the ground. Really find your lightness through the rib cage. Lengthen the belly. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Okay. Unlink this leg and just allow it to drape over top. Keep extending your right arm all the way to the top left-hand corner of the mat. Reach your arms up towards the sky, gentle twist. Chin lifted, arms arms reaching back just a little bit. Okay, and then coming forward, 2 forearms forward. Forearms push fullness into the back, chin lifted, throat open. Okay, hands plant strong. Tuck your toes, lift up, twist back, crouching cat, pulse through the middle. Last opportunity for some hops if you want them. So hopping on the spot or hopping forward and back. Arms push strong, eyes look forward. Hop, land light, knees hug in at a 90 degree. Okay, land light. Crouching cat. Externally rotate left hand, twist cat right. Toes right, knees right, hips root back, rise into your ribs. Last couple of pulses here. Lower your left hip down. Left forearm on an angle to the top right hand corner of your mat. Give yourself some space. Option to stay chill with this foot just as it is. Option to take your right foot in front of your left thigh. Right dome out to the right side. You can resist this knee away from you energetically. You can also give yourself some internal or external resistance with your hand. Can we find a lightness in the rib cage, a length in our torso from pelvic floor through to crown of head. Okay, right leg crosses all the way over. Keep extending your left arm to the top right-hand corner of the mat. Reach your arms up towards the sky so that the heart gently begins to spiral to the sky. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And then back through center, 2 forearms push forward. So Sphinx arms, push the ground away, inflate into your back, lift up your chin, legs stay as they are. You can energetically drag your elbows towards your hips to feel your ribs pull forward just a little bit. Okay, take your left arm to the top right-hand corner of the mat. Roll onto your back, head rolls off the bicep, arms to the sky. Using head, heart, and hips, shimmy to the center of your mat. Catch your knees by cupping them and allow them to pull heavy away from you so the arms pull long. Chin lifts out of the throat, little rock side to side. Okay, knees into the air, arms reach high into the sky. Knees at a 90 degree. I'm gonna do a tiny little bit of core here. So we're gonna take the heels towards the ground as the arms reach back towards the ears, searching for the length, the tone, the stretches and the pulls in the belly, and then lift back up. Nice and slow, wins the race. Hamstring hug, heels to the bum. And keep your chin lifted. Throat open. Catch your knees. Release your left foot, interlace hands behind the right thigh. Thigh root pose. Allow your thigh to pull heavy, arms pull long, shoulder blades get broad. And from this space, extend the leg up towards the sky. I want to note that our lower lumbar is lifted in its natural curve. And you can energetically shoot energy out of your foot. Think about your heel lifting up to the sky, soften the top of your foot. Little trembles usually happen when you do that. And cross right ankle over top of left thigh. Easy twist, legs fall to the right side. Chin up, bar your hands, domes above your head, elbows to the sky. Back up through center. Uncross your legs. Other side. Interlace hands behind the left thigh. Thigh pulls heavy, arms pull long. From this space, extend your leg up towards the sky. I'm going to keep a micro bend in the back of the knee. The action of rooting the femur into the hip socket. Energy shooting up towards the sky. Just that intention always gets my leg to start like literally trembling. Well, the heel can push upwards, soften the top of your foot, lift up your chin. And cross your left ankle over top of right thigh, easy twist, legs fall to the left side. Keep length in the belly, 2 domes above the head, elbows up to the sky. Inhale, rise back through center. 2 feet to the ground. Tick-tock your legs side to side. Okay, and then extend your legs long. Take your hands to your bum, spread the cheeks. Big bear hug, grab for opposite shoulders. Arms out to the side, palms up for receiving all the love. Press the back of your head into the mat, lift your chin, open your throat. Big full inhale. Deep exhale. Let's it go. And stay here. You can bring a hand to your heart and one to your belly. Just breathe with your beat. Connect with yourself. Or arms out, or both. Be here for as long as you need to. Take the space you need. Love yourself right up. Thank you for being here. I love you, and I hope you have the best day ever.